It was a two-play scoring drive, 39 yards in 2 minutes and 7 seconds, padding the Arizona lead. Hey, folks, coming up Saturday night on TNN, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws, bringing their own kind of action to the action track. Sprint car racing at its best from the action track in Terre Haute, Indiana. Don't miss it. Wing Thunder, Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, right here on TNN. Big racing doubleheader for you, because we'll be with the NASCAR Busch Series as well on Saturday afternoon up in
shameless plug.
New Hampshire. Thank you very much. Do tune in.
No more shameless guy could have said it better out there.
Bjorn Nitmo getting set to kick it away. The man who still holds so many of the kicking records at Appalachian State University. The return by Corey Johnson. Fights his way free to the 17-yard line.
You know, with a name like Bjorn Nitmo, you'd expect he does some world traveling. He's played in 6 different professional leagues: the NFL, the Arena Football League, the Canadian Football League, the World League of American Football, the European Football League, and the Regional Football League. I'm out of breath.
I would think. It's like you're reading through the whole encyclopedia there.
Somebody would take over for Jan Stinnerud, you know. Good point.
John Clark is in as the fullback, as Marinovich gets rid of it to Clark, who stumbles but can get up. It's like the regular stadium play game. If you're not touched, you can keep going. And then finally, Jai Hill puts John Clark down. Todd Marinovich releasing it nicely.
Well, what L.A. did that time was they ran the tight end down the seam, and Jai Hill, the Jack linebacker, coming up to make the tackle right there, had to run down the field with the tight end. You have to take the more dangerous of the two threats. A smart play by Jai Hill, but a very good call by Los Angeles to get the fullback out underneath that tight end.
Anthony Rice in motion. Going for Rice, it's behind him and knocked away by Cecil Doggett, who we had talked about on virtually every play early in the game. Then not for a while. That was the 5th pass he has broken up here this evening.
Sam, if you were coaching, got his arm hit, Marinovich did in his flutters, but Sam, if you were coaching in this league, is that something you would, because of all the one-on-one, is just spend time concentrating on where are my matchups on this field?
Well, absolutely. You could try to get the... All of football is a matchup game, and you try to get your best against their weakest link if you can find it. But the pressure is getting on Marinovich almost every time, so the matchups are almost nullified.
Anthony Rice, the motion man. To Anthony Rice with Marinovich again, getting tagged, and that one is for a touchdown. Cecil Doggett was the man on the cover, and that time Anthony Rice grabs the 17-yarder for a touchdown, but Marinovich once more had company.
Look at his eyes right here. Marinovich is following one-on-one coverage. The difference in this game and the outdoor game is that free safety's not lurking around to steal the ball. If you can put it on the... Put the laces up, and in the top corner, you can complete passes. Not as easy as it sounds.
I was going to say, yeah, with 3 guys with their ears pinned back.
Kyle Pooler just gets that extra point up inside the upright. It's now 35-21 as Todd Marinovich celebrates his birthday with a touchdown. Had a birthday Monday, and is happy to grab a win if he can. Officially an 18-yard touchdown pass, Marinovich to Anthony Rice. 3 plays, 33 yards in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Hey, join us if you can next week. We'll be at the Ice Palace in Tampa for one of the more interesting matchups of the season, when former Tampa Bay superstar George LaFrance and his new team, the New Jersey Red Dogs, challenge the Storm. That's Charles Wilson, who now leads Tampa Bay's offense. He tries to show why he is the man for the Storm. New Jersey at Tampa Bay next Thursday at 8 Eastern and Pacific. And don't forget, you can log on to AFL on TNN.com to learn more about that matchup.
Tommy Maddox, former NFL quarterback with New Jersey, starting to find his niche a little bit in this league.
Kyle Pooler. Hunky Cooper is deep. Off the slack net. Hunky with a big hole, and a flag is on the
up in the expansion draft a couple years ago. He had 9 tackles for Arizona on kickoffs. He was an all-state soccer player and all-region wide receiver in high school, North High School here in Arizona, where he still goes back and teaches math.
The 28-yarder's coming back.
Illegal block in the back, above the waist. Receiving team number 26, half the distance to the goal. First down.
So Hunky made it exciting, but it is coming back. And it'll be from their own 2-yard line. That's Cedric Bonner will start. Only the second flag of the evening.
You know, you and I were talking earlier about left-handed quarterbacks, and Sam over here has been on the field with a couple of good ones.
I can remember coaching Boomer Esiason looking across the field at Steve Young for the 49ers. It was a little comfort having Boomer with me, but not watching Steve.
Quick release, Hunky Cooper breaks one tackle, cannot get away from the second man, though. It will be Jason Fletcher who finally put him down after Ken Hayslip spun him around.
Been around football for a long time, as well as Coach Weiss. We met with Hunky the other day. The best compliment I can give Hunky Cooper, he's a great man. Regardless of being an athlete or anything like that, he is just a great man to be around.
He's impressive. I mean, you walk away saying, I'd like to have him on my team or in my organization.
Bonner takes time, looking long, and overthrows yet again Maurice Bryant. Ken Hayslip was with him, stride for stride. We've seen that, what now, about 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, Coach, it seems that Cedric is having a little trouble with that deep ball, especially on the post to Bryant. What could be going wrong for a quarterback?
Well, if I was coaching this quarterback, I'd say put the air under the ball, which just means that you lay the ball up, leave it in the air a little bit longer, and let your receiver box out the defender and make it look like a perfect throw. The ball's being thrown online so much, if it's off target at all, it's overthrown.
Bonner, 13 of 24, 184 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Inside the final minute of the third quarter. Yo-yo motion for Bryant. Quick hit to Bryant. But he's spun around by Cliff Green at the 15-yard line. Plenty, though, for the first down.
And Maurice Bryant on one of those little short routes had a fumble earlier in the game. That time you could see him gripping for his life on that football. He almost squeezed the air out of it.
Put the ball away, as the receiver coach has told him since he was old enough to catch. There was an example of a ball being thrown on line. So much of arena football, the ball has to be thrown. Don't leave the ball in the air very long. And when you do get those long throws, you're not quite as accurate. You're not used to it.
Final play of the quarter. If they get it off, they do with a second to spare. Bonner looking long. Touchdown, Muhammad Oliver. Beating Ken Hayslip, 34 yards. Touchdown.
You know, Stan Brock is getting tired of seeing Muhammad Oliver. He was just taken off the IR in time for this game against Stan. And back in 1998, the first game that Muhammad Oliver ever played as an Arizona Rattler in the Arena Football League, he had a 19-yard interception return against the Portland Forest Dragons. The coach was Stan Brock. He's getting tired of number 26.
Oliver, though, he's been around. He's played in the NFL with Denver. He's been with the Chiefs, been with Green Bay, Miami. A lot of special teams work for most of those teams. Washington Redskins as well. Bjorn, one more time. And the margin begins to stretch. Third quarter is done. Yeah. You guys got the job done. Even the Buffalo is smiling, trust me. Nightfall here in the Valley of the Sun, downtown Phoenix. There's a great look at the America West Arena, where TNN Sports is with you and all of those folks for the Arena Football League tonight, and the Arizona Rattlers up comfortably. It's amazing what a difference 1 week will make after the mistake-filled game against Nashville.
It was funny today when we were meeting with the players. They were saying, we're glad it's a short week. We're glad we're playing on Thursday. I mean, Sam, you remember as a player and a coach, you want to get after a game like last week, just get back to the field.
Give yourself a chance to get that good feeling again. And honestly, from a coaching standpoint, you probably shouldn't overthink it. Just get them back out there doing things they do naturally and let them win a game.
Bjorn Nitmo set to kick it away to Corey Johnson, the deep man for Los Angeles. Just tuning in, the Arizona Rattlers are in the black uniforms. Los Angeles in the white with blue and red. And that one sails into the seats, a souvenir for a first row patron. And the touchback, it'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line for the Los Angeles Avengers. Now there's Cecil Doggett. He's had himself a night tonight, hasn't he?
Ed, you talked about him early, but as a former NFL coach, I can tell you that's the kind of quickness that you see in the National Football League. There's a difference between quickness and speed. In this game, you need a lot of quickness because you got to close on a smaller court.
Quick release behind the intended receiver. Johnson, who makes the play, then fumbles the football. Bob McMillan's going to come up with the football.
No, the officials
calling it. Officials are saying the play was down.
Wow, I don't know. That ball looked like it came out as Bob made the tackle, and these fans are not happy with it. It really looked from up here, Eli, that ball came out.
Yeah, and I think they blew the whistle way back here around the 15-yard line, and that play was actually over.
They called his knee down.
Yeah.
They called his knee down on the 15-yard line, so I think like you said, Sam, that they had blown it dead because his knee had hit the ground. Right there. Yeah.
Crowd noise just took away everybody's reaction. It's as if the play's live because nobody could hear that whistle.
It looked like he had kept his balance, though, by putting that hand down. And Corey Johnson was a safety at the University of Georgia, had never played offense in the Arena Football League. That's a old running back drill he's using.
So Todd Marinovich from his own 15. Nicely clutched by Larry Thompson, who does a good bit of work to hang on to it. Cedric Walker there just watching. There's Walker. One-man wrecking crew he is when he gets to you.
He is physical. You need somebody that can come up quickly. Remember early in the ball game, L.A. could not run the ball outside because of the quick contained by Walker and Doggett, too.
From their own 21, Marinovich to throw. Marinovich to go. That will be Darren Kinney. 2 years with Albany, 3 years with Arizona. His second sack of the season. He is a super all-around lineman, Darren Kinney is. Watch this.
Darren Kinney coming from his nose guard spot. Gets away, and as Marinovich tries to throw it, no question, he was down before he was able to throw the ball. So a good call by the officials. But Darren Kinney, I just mentioned, Sam, about how Danny White likes to build teams. This guy was an offensive lineman, an All-American in college.
I played for a guy named Paul Brown and coached under him, and he used to say, build your team from inside out. The people closest to the ball first, and then go on out.
L.A. is 1 of 5 in third down conversions, and nearly an interception by Cecil Doggett. Nearly an interception by Cecil. They were looking for Corey Johnson.
If I'm coaching on the sideline with the Avengers, I'm coming off the bench right now because that looked like Doggett got there before the ball did. Let's see if we can see it. Here's the release. Does Doggett or the ball arrive first? Pretty close, I guess.
They arrived concomitantly.
Excuse me?
They got there.
Bless you.
Oh, okay.
It's untight.
Yeah, I've been out of school a long time. We never use those words anyway.
Sam, you never went to school. Who you kidding?
And the pride of the Paladins of Furman. Here's a 4th and 9. They're going to go for it down by as many points. A field goal doesn't help. That does, though. A first down strike to Larry Thompson. That'll do the job with Muhammad Oliver on the cover. Big-time throw right there by Marinovich.
Todd Marinovich moves to his left a lot. He's a left-hander. See it? Well, this time he's playing ready to go. But when he scrambles, he moves to his left more than the right. And that's just part of the scouting report as they play in future games. Teams are going to be protecting the scramble to the left.
As you see, times are fleeting, and they need a lot of points, the Avengers do. Complete again to the 13-yard line. Chris Jackson run out by Cecil Doggett. That'll be the 16th completion of the evening, 32nd try. So he's batting 50%. Marinovich is now out over 215 yards in passes.
And it was so funny seeing Cecil Doggett come away from that play. He was upset he gave up that. I mean, he's so competitive that he was upset. And that's par for the course in this game. You're going to have to give up some 9-yard routes.
That's why they'll probably be 4-1 when this is over.
Nice hang on by Larry Thompson. Made the grab and absorbed the hit by Cecil Doggett. Great job to hang on by Thompson.
Sam, this is an interesting quandary to be in as an offensive coach. Because, yes, you get the ball down inside the 5, but as you've started to learn this game, you realize it's no bargain inside the 10-yard line because of those linebackers.
No, and the reason is the 8-yard end zone. And it's only 2 yards different from the National Football League, which is a 10-yard deep end zone. But those 2 yards are crucial because the linebacker now becomes part of the defense in arena football, whereas in the open field, he really is not.
Marinovich throws a bullet, nearly intercepted by Doggett. Cecil in the first quarter and the fourth quarter has been, you got it, number 1.
And the crowd is calling for the dog walk. He won't give it unless he gets an interception or a big breakup late in the game.
That's the 7th pass he's broken up tonight, Coach.
Watch the way he closes on it. Change of direction. When you're scouting players coming out of college, there's something called COD, change of direction. He's got it.
And the crowd then he usually gets down on all fours and walks like a dog, but he's going to save it for something bigger, I think.
From the 5. Puts too much air under it. That time there's a flag on the play as he was looking to Larry Thompson.
Where that was thrown, it's not pass interference. Some form of illegal motion or something on the outside by Thompson.
I think Denwan McGee may have been holding or committing a foul of some kind.
Illegal formation on the offense. The slot man lined up on the line of scrimmage.
That'll be the 6th flag of the night against Los Angeles. Marinovich now 17 of 35, 221 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception.
And if you're wondering why a lot of penalties are declined in this league, that was only a 3-yard penalty, so much better for Arizona. Plus, the tighter you are to the end zone, it's tougher to score, so you're going to decline a lot of those 3-yard penalties.
Todd is going to run. He'll throw. It's intercepted by Muhammad Oliver. Intercepted by Muhammad Oliver, his first pick of the year, and he will run it back out across the 15 to the 16. While behind the play at the 16, there are bodies rolling around on the turf. Bob McMillan and others, there you see him getting up.
They were just having a little social down there.
Yeah. Marinovich twice intercepted in the end zone tonight.
That's judgment by a quarterback. When you throw a ball like that and the coverage is underneath, the defender is between you and the receiver, that's just poor judgment. You got to pull it down, throw it away, run if you can, do something else with the ball.
Hunky Cooper did it earlier, and now Muhammad Oliver. Well, Arizona comfortably in control. You can smile now. Your guys are up by plenty. Seen a 6-minute and 39-second drive for Los Angeles that yields nothing but a Muhammad Oliver interception in the end zone. But Joe, fans here at America West, they just love that.
You betcha. I found 3 real loyal fans here in Arizona. They've been coming for 7 years. Hey, guys, what is so great about this arena football that makes you dress like this?
Arizona Rattlers!
What makes you such avid fans?
Because we have Rattler champions here in Arizona, and we like coming back because we know they're going to be champions again.
Hey, well, you guys look pretty good tonight. You think you got a chance for the playoffs this year?
Oh, yes.
Without a doubt.
Very much.
Without a doubt. This is a perennial team. It's always going to be in Arizona. Every year. It's got to come through Arizona. Everybody's coming through Arizona.
All right, well, there you got it, guys. Back to you.
Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, and the whole group from